me back to Nana's table, where we laughed and talked all day. So long ago, love was offered. The joy of being together made you want to stay. Take me back to Nana's table.
I forgot to shut the gate. So I thought I would take you on a garden tour. This is one of our plum trees, and this is where one used to be. We had a storm blow through, and it took out that plum tree, so we no longer have that one. So we're walking into the herb garden with the fountain. The flowers around the fountain are really growing. They're really getting pretty. This is a new little feature that we've added. Because we're having some work done around the front of the house, we had to move this piece. So I think it's pretty. I love it. It's so old looking. And then this piece was, the base was salvaged, and we found the top at a flea market. And Papa put the two together and made a beautiful water fountain. It's a little deep, and so the birds are kind of scared to get in there and take a bath, so we put the other piece inside, but I don't know if I like that or not, so we're going to just see how that goes. This is chamomile, and I'm really hoping this spreads and does well. I love chamomile tea. And we have our couple barrels of onions. They're doing great. We've been eating on those. And let me show you. This is holy basil and some sweet potato vines, and I've harvested a little bit of the basil. And then over here, I harvested a lot of the dill. It was really bushy. So I went ahead and dehydrated a bunch of that, and have got like a pint of that. And look at the fig tree. It's really growing. Papa took out all the dead. We haven't got that picked up yet. The blueberry bushes were loaded, but it seems the birds like the blueberries as well as we do. So we're not going to get any this year, but that's okay. We'll share. Let's get back on our little pathway here. This is garden sage. I did not harvest any of it yet, but I soon will be harvesting some of that. And on this side, this is where I planted the mullein and the comfrey, and the seeds just did not come up. So Papa planted a flower there. More green onions here. And back there some chives. Another blueberry bush. And look at these beautiful knockout roses. Aren't these things pretty? I love these because they just bloom all summer. Look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? I love knockout roses. And we picked up a few little chairs to go at the end of the garden at a garage sale. I have more dill here, and you can see I harvested quite a bit of that. Lemon balm, I harvested a big bouquet of that, and I have it in the dehydrator. This is sweet mint, and as you can see, I have harvested quite a bit of that also and put it in the dehydrator. Now as we go along the pathway here, on this side, well on both sides, it's practically just alike. So on one side is lavender, this side is lavender, and I'm really hoping that that will do well. We have some running beans and some lantana. We have the same over here, just a different color. Back there in that little pot is rosemary, and I'm really hoping that'll grow and do well. Now this has really changed since I've shown you. This is all cucumbers. They're starting to climb and do real well. Same on this side. These are Market More cucumbers. I wanted to try that variety this year. I'm not interested in pickling cucumbers this year. And then all of these are supposed to be banana pepper. I'm hopeful. And then on this side we have two Advarsky peppers there. And then all of these are just the big bell peppers. The two on the end are the jalapeno. You might have seen that short where I talked about harvesting those two. On this side of the fence is our slicing tomatoes. All of these will be slicers. Let's see what kind this one is. German Johnson, it says. But you can see they're blooming well. Some of them have set tomatoes. Oh, look here. You see the tomatoes down in there? Won't be long now. So we have lots and lots of slicing tomatoes, and those I'll be using to make things like salsa, tomato juice. On this side are all of our paste tomatoes. Now these are the ones I grew from seed. They're quite a bit smaller, but they're growing. They're growing really well. And it's supposed to turn hot here in Alabama. So if it'll turn hot, the peppers and onions and tomatoes will take off. So all of these are different varieties of paste tomatoes. So we have Oxheart and Amish paste. And then here on the end we have a cherry tomato. And then this is all zucchini up in here. And we came out today and noticed that we had a fungus on them. Powdery mildew. So we cut off the most affected leaves and then we sprayed them with, we took a quart of water and a teaspoon of baking soda and some Dawn dish soap, and we sprayed the tops of the leaves and the underside of the leaves really well. And these are just down through here, these are straight neck yellow squash. And you can see there's a few little baby squash on there. It won't be long till we can be harvesting some of those. I really hope we can get this powdery mildew under control. I sure don't want to lose my squash. Isn't that a beautiful sight? This was a row of okra. But isn't it grow? It's growing really well. It'll get really tall. And these on this row are butter beans. And they are growing well. They are supposed to be a bush butter bean, but they're running a little bit, but that'll be just fine. And then look at these green beans, guys. Look how they're growing. Look, can you see them growing up the fence? These have topped the fence. Look at this. They're completely grown to the top of the fence. Isn't that awesome? I'm looking forward to lots and lots of green beans, canning those. This is another one that has gone above the fence. Down here, they are just going wild. Look at these. That's amazing. When they finally started growing, man, they have taken off. The end of the row down here, this doesn't look like much, but this has a lot of, you can see some onion sets down in there. There are zinnias and sunflowers, and there's a volunteer tomato over there. So we just kind of left this area. There's a butternut squash. And we just left this area to see how it's going to do. We may change our minds in the future. And we've had some difficulty with this teepee. As you can see, there's nothing growing yet. I did see one bean popping out of the ground around over here. So I'm hopeful that we'll have more and more green beans on this one. I can't wait to show you the other teepee on the other side. We have more knockout roses, and of course we have our Bigfoot, Harry. He's so sweet. More knockout roses. They're getting ready for their next set of blooms. See the top there where they're putting on. And here at the very end, this little bitty spindly thing is a hibiscus. And I hope that'll grow. So we have our potatoes, and this is kind of just an afterthought. But look how wild these potatoes are going. We'll just put them down in there. I had a few, and we just put them in there as an afterthought, really. We have some yellow zucchini planted down here. More zinnias. Some of these could be squash. They might be zucchinis. I'm kind of hoping they're zucchinis. Yeah, there's a zucchini. Can you see him down in there? Yeah, he'll be ready to go in a few days. More potatoes. And then right here we have more of the butternut squash. So I'm hoping they'll vine all along here, all the way around over to the next set. We have another beautiful knockout rose and our peach trees. We lost our peaches. We had a late frost and they got them. So, but that's okay. They're young. They probably didn't really need to be bearing too much fruit this year. We have a cherry tomato there that was put in just kind of as an afterthought. More potatoes, more squash, more zinnias. And then look at this teepee. Look at this, guys. Look how this has gone way, way up there. Isn't that amazing? Look how beautiful. I cannot wait to see how many jars of green beans I get this year. And then down there's more potatoes and more squash and zucchinis and things like that. As we go along over here, this is just a little flower bed area. Azaleas. We have some hydrangeas. This is one that my son and his wife gave me for Mother's Day. It's almost lost its blooms, but it's still pretty. Isn't that pretty? It'll be beautiful. And then we have our little garden fairy. She's not so little, she's quite big. I actually made her probably 10 years ago, and she's made out of fence wire, and she has 5 miles of fence wire in her. She's really special. I love her. Then back here, we have a little thing for the birds to help them with their nest. We have our little goat up in a tree with the kitty. We have more hydrangeas. These were planted last year, so they're doing much better. Look at these. These are blooming different colors. Isn't that pretty? Pinks and blues. I love that. This one is just putting on a few more blooms. It's a little behind the others, but that's okay. That's doing really good. And then our pear tree. Look how wonderful it's doing. It's doing really well. I really love it. The next big project is going to be down this fence row. We're going to put in grapes and more blueberries. We want this backyard to be an edible landscape where you can have food growing all different times of the year. So Papa even said he might put in some blackberries, and we might put a rose in that corner to get a little pop of color back here. I think that would be pretty. So we have, let's see, these are Autumn Royalty, it says. And these are supposed to bloom in the summer and the fall, azaleas. We have those along here. I haven't seen any buds yet. They bloomed a little bit this spring, but not much. I love the way the garden looks as we sit on our back porch. And then we have our little bird feeding station. And I know a lot of you are probably going to say, that's probably a terrible idea. Well, it was here first, so we'll just have to share. Hopefully they won't do too much damage. But yeah, doesn't everything look great? It's growing so well. I really hope the powdery mildew does not come back on the squash. We want to make sure that we try to keep our plants healthy. And quite a few little bitty squash. I'm going to go up here and see if there's any zucchinis. We've got one spot that the plant just did not do well. It just didn't thrive, so I took it out today, and I'm going to get another one to go in its place right there. Yeah, I see a few zucchinis in here. There's one down there. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the tour of the garden. And remember, Nana loves you. And I'm really proud of you. If you got up today and you did something, no matter what it was, we know anytime you're dealing with grief or anxiety or depression or anything, it's hard. It's hard to get up and do the things that you want to do. But start small, small steps, right, in the right direction. Do something. I'm proud of you. I'm so, so proud of you. And remember, you always have a friend here. Mama loves you. I'll see you on the next one.